Hi, back. Sorry, I just reset the stream. Come on.
Alright.
Hi.
Can people hear me?
Can we be heard? Hello? Hi? Let me snooze the fucking ad break. Hello?
You here could be good.
Okay, we're back. We're back.
Oh, oops. If it's fully offline, maybe reload. Okay. Who the fuck is texting me? Okay, we're so bad. I don't know where I left off. Still up, we're good. I don't know where I left off, but, I guess to kind of reiterate my point in lesser words, it's very easy to tell, at least from where I've read it, is that, like, it's very easy to identify why Nyx behaves in the way that they do, because it's so, like, you look at it and you're like, oh, you believe this because this has happened to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, the behavior now shapes the way that you think you are expected to be treated by other people. And I'm like, you are a 6-year-old child.
Hi, Tara. Hi. How are you, Ethan?
But my thoughts on Nyx and Envy were good. I liked it. I am admittedly, I would have way more thoughts about this, but I'm really tired.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of thoughts, but it would be coherent to put in, like, maybe like a Twitter thread or something. Because I do have a lot of thoughts, and I did explain it to you.
Yeah.
Like,
really my hair. Hi.
But
yeah, no, chat for an explanation, for another perspective on this. Because I know I wasn't the asked question, but I do have this. Because obviously I'm the guy who wrote the character, I guess, or something. So obviously I would know a little bit about the character, I hope. But yeah, Nyx's character is very explicitly written as an allegory for child abuse. Which I don't think is that secretive. I think I've made that pretty explicit and clear.
No. Fucking neon sign.
A fucking ad break, by the way. How's your thing going? As I wait for the ad break to stop. I zoned out for a minute in her child abuse. I'm talking about her child. Yeah, are we back? I don't know if the ad's still going.
Goodness.
There we go. Okay. Oh, you don't have an ad? Okay, sick. Okay, cool. So yeah, no, I mean, I think I've made that pretty explicitly clear. There we go. So, used to have wings. It was about 5 minutes after I heard that. I clicked in my head. 40 seconds to go on ad. Yeah. Yeah. I think the way Nyx lost her wings has already been stated. I do want there to be an explicit stating of that on stream, though, so I won't explain that just yet. But you can assume if you've watched the Just Take My Wallet animatic, which streamed the Just Take My Wallet animatic, you can glean pretty well. What say so? Like what happened? like the whole thing. I am free. Congratulations. So I have written Nyx with that perspective in mind, and I've also been I've been very careful with Nyx because I never want it to be something of shock value as well with Nyx's character. I don't want to talk about something and be like, oh, this is horrible because it's horrible, right? I don't ever think you should ever write like that, and write something just because it's angsty or just because it's sad. You should write with a purpose and what you want that purpose to represent. I want to say so, and there is a reason I have made Nyx go through all of this. It's not me just turning around and being like, I want my characters to suffer because it's funny and I think the audience would have a good reaction to it, and that's that, right? I want, especially with dealing a character who I've written to be a child, I want there to be a purpose behind it. Not a justified one, mind you, but there is a purpose to telling the story. And I don't want it to be something that is just there for shock and, or, you know? Which is something you have to always keep in mind as a writer, in my opinion. Because you have to be very careful with writing these kinds of stories, and especially when you know, you are involving children in this. I love making characters suffer. Is that normal? I mean, kinda. I think every writer enjoys making their characters suffer. It's just a matter of why you are doing it. It's a good thing to ask yourself every now and then, and it also improves your writing, you know?
Yeah, I think also it's in some aspects, and my brother and I talked about this before. In some aspects, not always, but it's sometimes also an act of catharsis. A lot of times, a lot of writing reflects either stuff that the author feels like it's important to talk about, or is processing actively their own emotions on the subject matter. So sometimes it is catharsis, and in any case, it is always, oh no.
Hello? Am I not here? I'm here. Oh no. Fuck!
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Chat. It's fine. It'll lock in, eventually. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, hello? Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
I hope I wasn't a serious answer. That's fair, actually. I just like giving serious answers. I have respect. I gotta go. My mom will wake me up for work in a minute now. Ignore the fact that it's past 4 by V by chat. Oh my god, sleep well. You fucking should have slept hours ago, Alex. Why is the drawing?
Bro, go to bed.
I say I am trying my best.
My brother, incorrect. I don't know what color.
Sorry, I apologize. My maternal unit walked in better.
I know, no worries. I got you.
Good night. Good night. Sleep well. Good morning. I think I don't know what I can say it for you anymore because it's like I don't know. Sleep well though. I hope you have sweet dreams. You worry me. You people worry me. Said with all the love in my heart. And you know what I mean by you people. I don't need to clarify that to you. Okay, so you know how I think is there just one Firefly of all chest voices? We have 6,000 something. Yeah, I read well. Yes, V has 600 something Fireflies. If there are 600 people in chat, if there's only like a couple of people in chat, how do you say it? It's like 20, you know. So it's like a matter of how many people are in chat and how many Fireflies are, right? Each one of you looks different. I should clarify that. V doesn't know what a Firefly looks like. He just calls him that because that's what makes sense to him. Because he's like, oh, you look like fire, and you're flying, so you must be a Firefly. That is what a Firefly is. He says, fucking not using the scientific method at all, despite being a scientist. The fact that V doesn't know what bugs look like is a very funny canon fact to me. Like, he saw a butterfly once, and he was like, yes. A locust. A grasshopper. That is what a grasshopper looks like. And he just nods to himself. It's like, because it is hopping from grass to grass. If they escape, he would lose it. He does grab them, actually, in Envy at the end of it. I did try to make that clear. Where this is you. Envy, images, edits.
And then he attempted to eat us. He ate us.
He did, in fact, eat you.
Not attempted. He ate our ass.
Yeah, he did eat you. Given Showtime Yuri's current state, would CB look at her with eyes? No. V does not look at people with his eyes open, and I have stated this before, unless he genuinely believes they are beyond saving, right? And I mean this in the, like, moral sense, not in, like, the physical sense, right? I hope he tasted bad. I mean, he was eating his own blood as well, because, let me see if I can get the frames. Because he did, in fact, stab, I don't have to get the frames for that, I can just describe it. He did, in fact, stab himself in the hand to, like, try to, like, impale the fireflies with his scalpel, because he grabbed everyone in his hand, right? He, like, he held his hand out, you guys landed on his hands. He closes his hand, he stabs it, and then he eats it, right? He wants to, like, extra make sure that you're dead. So I hope I stuck in your trophy. I hope so too. This is why if you go to my name MC, you will notice that one of his hands has a bandage on it now. Which, and I don't think I stated this in, like, the post stream. Do you know how many nerves you have in your hand? Do you know how fucking painful that was? He does not like you guys. He was full, because V doesn't not feel pain. He lied about that. He does in fact feel a lot of pain. How do you say it? V in fact does feel pain, and even an amplified amount, right? He just lies about the fact that he doesn't. So he hates you guys so much, he was willing to just stab himself in his hand, which already hurts a fuck ton, with the amplified nerves, and then he bit down into it, which also fucking bit into his own skin, and tried to eat you. And he swallowed. He was like, you know what? If I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me. He fucking wanted you gone. He was not happy by the end of that stream. You're going to start greed with a very unhappy Vivioletta Fire. Greed starts and V fucking grabs you. The hate is wildly unreasonable. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Have you listened to the way you guys speak to him? CB has always hated the audience more than Concha. This is not his first time trying to kill you. That's why I said the audience is at 3 out of 5 lives.
Yippee.
Yeah, bully the streamer. CAV has turned to the audience and been like, I don't even have to keep this a secret anymore because you guys have deciphered the message. He has said multiple times, I just want for you to understand me, and all he receives in return is people either making fun of him or like encouraging his downward spiral or encouraging his negative choices, right? And then calling him unreasonable when he either goes against that or when he like points out the fact that they just want him to suffer, right? For no reason at all. So he points that out. He receives nothing but vitriol in return, and he only receives cheering when he does something wrong. Like, objectively wrong. Like, poisoning Dijon was a bad thing to do. No matter how much you guys hate him, like, that was not a good decision, at least in my opinion. And I'm the writer, so that's what I'm using to guide this, right? How do you say it? So he has to go through that on a daily basis, and he doesn't even get, like, the nice bits of at least, like, Concha, like, looks at you and it's like, well, okay, I'm doing all these horrible things, but, like, you guys are reacting to me being horrible, right? V has done nothing but give himself to other people and do everything good for other people, and the only thing he receives in return is mocking. He is not happy about that, and he is not happy about not being able to live his life, and he's not happy about being mocked, right? So you can imagine how he feels about you. The audience took 0.1 of my lives. Womp womp. Sorry, that was horrible. They say the audience has like actively grabbed V and been like, you deserve this tragedy. And what you are going through is the worst thing possible to happen to any one person, right? But we still want to see it happen. And V stares back at them and goes, you disgust me, and willingly like tries to kill them. Like, that is fully, he is in his right mind. He stabs his hand and goes, please die, please die, please die.
Yeah, because not gonna lie, chat, that's fucked.
Immortality winning that vote. While I agree with that, and while I do think that was the stronger of the two monologues, I still think it's kind of fucked. I still think it's kind of fucked because, you know, he can hear it, right? So he just heard you guys being like, yes, immortality is the worst of the two options. And V just kind of turns around and is like, you're kidding me. You're joshing me right now. You're looking in me in my eyes and you're joshing me. Let me see if I can find.
Please say psych.
Please say psych. I think I have retribution here. Where's the doctrine? Where is it? It's dust, right? Yeah, reincarnation. I can show you guys real quick. Yeah. Here's reincarnation. Save me reincarnation. I would screen share it for you, Beetle, but I don't know if my internet can handle that today, so unfortunately you will be stuck with the rest. You've seen reincarnation, though. Like, doc form, but you've seen it.
I have. No, I'm good.
Here's reincarnation. I've already decided I'm not using these monologues for the greed stream, so if you want to see any of them, I will more than happily show them. The idea of coming back is something once you die? That's wrong. The dead should stay dead, no matter what form they take afterwards. To be so selfish as to come back just because... That's wrong. The dead should stay dead, no matter what form they take afterwards. To be so selfish as to come back just because you want another chance at something you're going to inevitably fuck up. That's not fair. The dead should stay dead. Yeah, no, that is definitely V's opinion. Right, yup. I mean, he said that also in his conversation with Yuri, no? Let me pull that up real quick. I think it was day 1. Yeah? It was day 1, night 1. I think so, at least.
Something, please? When does it become wrong?
Human experimentation or profit. But bad, actually. That would...
So then, something like bringing someone back from the dead would be
that would be very bad, actually. That would be kind of deplorable. I'm so glad you didn't do that, right? Was the correct answer in... The only correct answer in NB was repetition, right? Yep. So I think, yeah, only repetition was correct. I can think about it though, because I had a list there. I would have to find it. Didn't V bring a bunch of people back from the dead or something? SMH? Yeah, that's why he has that opinion. It. Yuri did nothing of the sort, SMH. Yeah, no, he has no clue, unless someone in the audience tells him, but you guys would never tell V about something that someone did that is deplorable, right? See, but he understands. Like, he thinks it's gross, but he understands, right? Like, it's not like he's gonna, like, immediately look at his Yuri with open eyes after hearing that. The only people V has looked at with open eyes in the entire, like, Showtime thing is himself, the audience, Windsweep, and I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. It takes a lot. It does. No, and he's looked at Nyx with open eyes before, but then he now looks at Nyx with closed eyes. Usually spoilers don't come across very well in chat in my experience. He would hear, because you have to understand, V is one of the few Showtime members who can hear spoilers from chat, but he just kind of listens to that and goes, Only when there is no saving them. And the moral aspect, Nubian. And the moral aspect. And it also depends on the person, right? Because look me in my two beautiful blue orbs. Look me in my two beautiful blue orbs. V has said this before, and V will say it again. He will only look at things he deems not to be human. Do you think the audience is human? Like, from the character's perspective, do you think you can look at the audience and call that a human being? I'll wait. I'll wait. You are bugs. You are bugs to him. You are a little insect in his jar, and he wants to fucking throw you out into the wilderness and watch you die.
Oh.
Ooh, you just got in trouble.
Oh my god. Bro, he's gonna tell on you to the manager and you're gonna get fired.
One of the bugs literally built a volcano. And have you seen him treat Mika well? He remembers Mika. Mind you, Mika is a part of V's backstory. He had that conversation with Mika, where Mika kept on being brought back to life by V and not being allowed to die, which is how you guys figured out how that happened, right? Because Mika was like, well, you did that to me. You were the one who kept on bringing me back from the dead and forcing me to go through all of this, right? And V was like, yeah, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. I say, like, you have to understand this guy does not have the moral compass. He has a very strong moral compass. It's not a good one. How do you say it? You look me in my two beautiful blue orbs when I tell you, like, Mika's like, I believe that you have changed and that you would never, like, cause that many harm to that many people ever again. And V's like, no, I would. my most important thing is that people are alive and then that people are happy. That is what V has outright said. Like, I don't. Did servanthood win or did ownership win? Out of curiosity, because I forget which one. I think it was ownership, right?
Ownership, yes. Because that was one of the ones that was like completely 50-50, right?
Yeah. Servanthood's really good though. Servanthood's my favorite, I think.
It is.
What does it mean to be a servant? Well, I'm not sure. I think the best word I can use here is probably devotion to something. Like a servant to a god.
Nope.
When you're a servant to someone, you have to do everything you can for them. You have to be happy while doing so too, or else you're not really a servant, I guess. More like, indentured? Indentured. Even if you have to hurt or be hurt, it's all justified by that devotion, you know? How could whoever you follow be wrong? Oh, but you have to pick the right person to be devoted to. Servanthood is only good if you're good enough for it, right? So I guess my final answer is that servanthood is the definition of love.
Release me! Release me right this instant, Beetle!
What's going on?
But I just saw the servanthood monologue and you started typing. So I was like, let go of my throat. Let go of my throat right now.
No, I was texting my girlfriend.
Who said you could have that while you're on my stream? Break up with her right now. Kidding.
Wow. Chad, do you hear this right now?
Yeah. Controlling.
Chad, do you fucking hear this right now? Do you fucking believe this shit? What the
I'm not
fuck?
going
Like,
to punch my wall. I'm not going to punch my wall. I'm not going to.
yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to see any of the other ones, I will more than happily show them because I do not mind at this point.
Chad, this is what I've been tortured with.
This is what you've been tortured with. You didn't hear the audio of the monologues, to be fair, though, because I can send you them, but I don't think you're gonna have time to read all that.
No, that's total. I mean, I would like to have them anyway because I'm just like, oh my gosh, but
more shit.
More shit. But like to be fucking honest, chat, I've woken up. I wake up, chat. Do you understand me? I wake up every morning. I've had to live with myself with this.
I've woken up and I've asked to read this shit by Phoebe Lit a Fire. Release me.
Literally. And you're like, good morning, and I'm like, oh.
Good morning, everyone. I need you to
To be
beta read
fair-
something for me. And you're like, again.
In honesty, I was more than happy to do that. But for the bit, I'm like, ugh!
What is it? Where's the fucking one Wojak thing? Where it's like,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
where's the
Sorry, my girlfriend just texted me and said she just got a new cat. She's like, I don't know what we should name it. And like, I have no idea either. And she's like, someone said, Nook, like Tom Nook, and we were like, oh, that's cute, Nook for short. And then they said Nook like nuclear bomb, and I'm like, we are not naming our cat Nuclear Bomb.
what is it?
Can we see the comedy just so I can pretend we live in a world where they?
I love you,
Can I be
cheeks.
so honest, chat? Can I be so honest, chat? Proprietor
voted
number one
tragedy.
Nixon Dreyer. Number one Nixon Dreyer. No lover of content. I've full transparency, like a button on my chest. Hashtag I voted tragedy.
How do you say it? This is me asking you to beta read. Come on, Beetle. It's time for you to beta read. It's just a fucking like depressed little guy.
Oh my god.
Let me put this up real quick. Okay. Let me pull up comedy. I think it's day 2, right? Because it was one of the last ones. Crime and Punishment. Oh, Crime and Punishment are 2 of my favorites. To be fair, I like all.
Crime and Punishment. Yeah, that's where Punishment came from, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Where is comedy is here. Found it. It's afternoon.
Yeah, comedy's like the second to last one.
Yeah, comedy is the second to last. I fucking love comedy. Comedy's good. Comedy is really good. Comedy fucked me up.
I know this one. This is when something's funny, right? Like when a show or performance is meant to be funny. That makes so much sense. The easiest way to be comedic is to cause harm to those below you, right? So, like, when you put someone through something really, really bad as pretend, and they react in a super dramatic way to play along, that's really funny. Oh, the laughter and jeering of the audience is the best thing of all, right? That's what's supposed to happen. It feels good when that happens. That's why everyone enjoys a good comedy. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, no one ever leaves a comedy feeling bad, except for the characters. But they don't really matter, do they? If it's all fictional, I mean. I guess then comedy is kind of the best kind of entertainment.
You ever realize that Nick laughs in a certain intonation whenever something bad happens?
Yeah.
You know who else laughs in a certain intonation whenever something bad happens?
Yeah. Do you?
So, anyways, any other monologues you want to see?
Yeah. You understand what has been haunting me, plaguing me, like a spirit.
The comedy monologue fucking got me. I can't lie to you. I wrote the comedy monologue and I stared at the wall. Thank you for the follow, Psycho Flame. Be the wall can't fix it. Get a pillow, XP. The fucking live reaction to the comedy monologue is what got me. I can't lie. Crime? Yeah,
No, that's fucking hilarious.
I forgot that Crime was the one that lost, because, yeah, Punishment's one that was vouched for heavily. Vito was like, pick Punishment, please, for the love of God. Crime is V's eugenics monologue. I forgot about that. Or not eugenics.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so here's where I come clean to you all. V is a social Darwinist. And for those of you who don't know what social Darwinism is,
See, the thing is, the fucking thing is that when you explained, backstory stuff I will not say, when you explained that whole situation to me and you, like,
which one? The next one
reiterated. What did you say?
The next backstory or the V backstory?
No, the V backstory.
Okay.
I think you explained, like, what happened to Aloe. Because you explained that on stream. That was the thing that was in Bernadette, so people got that. But you, like, reiterated that, and then you explained other stuff, and I thought about the crime monologue, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I proceed to shit my pants, chat.
The crime monologue is fucked. The crime monologue is where V is the most honest, and because he believes he's being good in this monologue, he doesn't realize how fucked what he's saying is. But anyways, I'll play it. A common misconception about crime is that the majority of people do it just for fun. Human beings hurt others only out of necessity. Poverty, starvation, aggravation, emotional triggers, they all point to desperation. Crime, thus, can be concluded to be the end result of desperation. What about people who hurt others when outside of desperate scenarios? Well, that's simple. They can't be called people, now can they? I believe those who cause harm intentionally to be sickening. Oh, but I'm not a judge or God or whatever, so who am I to try judgment? Though I was cheered for when I heard someone who was unanimously deemed an ailment. Is that not my role as a doctor, though? Is that not my role as a doctor, though? Shut up! Punching him in the fucking balls.
Yeah.
Nobody hates my
AKA
character more than me.
AKA the eugenics monologue, chat.
The eugenics monologue.
Yeah.
Is that not my role as a doctor, Mr. fucking eugenics, okay? Not eugenics, it's not eugenics, it's social Darwinism, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Save me, eugenics monologue. Going to bed, been epic. Okay, sleep well, Hero.
Okay,
we're making a new hole.
the new
No, we're not. No, we're not. Fucking punch a pillow. Punch a pillow.
Fucking, yeah. And I think
I
the thing that gets me the most is that I think what I enjoy doing is connecting the dots between, like, now that I have the context, all of this stuff makes me that much more ill.
Yeah.
Because when you explain that in the way that it's like, these are the pieces, these are the situations that happen, and these are the events. I'm not going to explicitly explain any emotional feeling, but I'm going to show you the emotional feeling, and then I'm going to leave you with intellectual conversations about those feelings, and then I'm going to leave you to figure that out. And when you do figure that out, you're gonna fucking shit.
There's the crime monologue, because it's not really clear in the audio. It's in the audio. Oh, there goes the ads. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
With the dots you can connect. Why is conscious level so low in the Discord server? What the fuck? Did we kick him?
I don't know, man.
Sorry, for context, in the Showtime Discord, we have a leveling bot, and I just looked over because Contra just gained a new level in the Showtime Discord. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is it 13? He has definitely be seen in here more than getting 13 levels, because Effie's at like 80. I'm like, Showtime being that fucking bored. No, we didn't kick him. No, you motherfucker, Effie Gaming.
That's so mean. I appreciate that.
That fucking board that Nubian hates. Every now and then I see Nubian post about it in Showtime discussion, and I twirl my hair. I like start giggling and shit. I kick my feet and I curl my hair. Nubian goes, "That fuck ass board I hate," and I go, "Oh my god, hi! Good morning, everyone."
Oh my gosh.
Let me see.
You expect me to girl slay in these conditions? The
Let me see. I think will haunt Noob until the end of time, I think. Let me see if I can find the board, actually, because I think I have it here. I don't know if I saved it to my desktop, though. I might have. Yeah, here it is. Save me a headboard.
Oh, yep, mm-hmm.
That fuck-ass board I hate. This is V's art style, by the way, canonically. This is V's canonical art style. Because I like to change my art style for my characters. He can draw. Autism be damned, this man can draw.
Oh, bad idea.
It's all pixels, that fucking board I hate.
I'm going to. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh, I didn't want you to do that. Beans.
Oh, beans. Aha, I see orange, a color.
I see orange, a color.
Eureka! Sorry, I fucking love the Eureka image. Do you know what I'm talking about? Because I might sound insane if you don't.
I vaguely do. I don't actually know.
It's the guy with the light bulb above his head and like pointing upwards. It's like one of those emojis that you get with like the apple, like emojis.
Oh,
And it just says Eureka.
yeah.
I fucking love Eureka. Save me, Eureka. Is the face scribbling thing a specific V to CV or something more general? Yes, it is. He does that for himself. I think I actually have that in the. Let me see if I can find it. NV starting soon. Yeah. See, if you see his way of drawing himself, V never draws his actual face unless he like knows what he's doing. He doesn't know how to draw himself. That's the whole thing.
Yikes.
Yeah. He doesn't like looking at himself in the mirror. He doesn't like any of that. I think it's very clear.
Oh,
and
gee.
for V scribbling out someone's face, unless it's like he generally doesn't know how to draw them. Like for example, with Yuri's other things, he just didn't know how to draw them. It's usually a negative connotation, which for Bernadette,
Yeah.
for Bernadette, Mrs. You Are My Liberty.
V, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah.
Have you've been playing Persona, right?
Yes. Oh no.
We were talking about the song that came on, and we were like, oh my god, it's a song. I don't know if at any point, because I wasn't here for the last stream, if you've heard the vocal, the vocal version of that song.
I have not yet. I'm not getting very far in the tutorial. I'm like 4 hours in.
Okay. This is not spoilers, it's just a song. But hold on. Hold on. This may be an incorrect read, but I'm going to DM you this.
Let me check something. Chat, let me double check something. Hell yeah. Oh, I see where you're going. With the drawing or like with my character? Oh, with the Persona 5. Okay. How do you say it?
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, Effie?
No, this is the. Sorry.
Yeah. No, the read's not wrong. The read's fine. Let me see if I can find the Act 2 playlist real quick. Let me find my favorite song from the Act 2 playlist. Cat's also a really good one, to be fair, for V.
Oh yeah. Save me, Milgram.
Save me, Milgram.
Actually,
Milgram,
don't.
save me.
Actually, don't. Milgram, stay 10 feet away from me.
Where is it? Oh, I mean this one's on the CV fucking Act 2 playlist, to be fair. Save me funky mental breakdown music. It Gets Worse was the original starter for NV, for the record. I don't know if I ever mentioned that, but It Gets Worse was definitely the original starter for NV, and then I decided against it.
Yeah.
World for free. How do you say it? It's Do they know? And it's that one lyric.
Point. Do they know?
Do they know? Do they know?
Hmm?
Let me see if I can find the other song that I'm looking for. This song. Let me see if I can find it. Do I have Hello World in my fucking? Oh no, it's one of the random. Okay. I thought for a minute I thought hello. I thought for a minute I accidentally added Hello World to Act 2. I'm like, what the fuck is that doing here?
What are you doing?
What are you doing here? Yeah, here it is. I'll play it in the background. I will explode that as if you say something earth-shattering again. I don't know what you consider to be earth-shattering. That's the thing. I can play another one of the monologues, but please don't like punch your wall. I'm like looking at the monologues real quick. I don't. Which ones do I like? No. We have to pillow TM for that now. Let me see. Which monologues, Lude? Sometimes I listen to the act. Yeah. Remember golden days when all this was a mystery and you could write a letter then, or God forbid, come visit me. I need V to have a healthy relationship with someone he considers to be a brother. That's what I want. That's what I want in this universe.
But are we gonna get it? No.
What the fuck is it with Doom's siblings in this goddamn series? I wake up in the morning, I'm like, please God, just let these two characters, and like I point at V and Nyx, please let these two characters have like a fucking normal brother, right? And then like down from the heaven descends Zolster Television is like, nah. Nah,
dog. I'm gonna do my own thing.
Do you wanna tell chat the wondrous line that Zolly said in VC when I was mentioning the plans for Nyx?
I don't remember. The problem is I don't remember what it was.
Let me see if I can fucking find it in our DM.
I'm sure that you fucking quoted it.
I definitely did.
That was fucking rancid.
Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh no, that here it is. This is real life Zollister, not the character Zollister, by the way. He just acts like this when we're like, I was fucking playing Genshin. I was minding my business, going through Simulanka, like trying to find the last chest that I needed, and he just dropped that out of nowhere because I wasn't even talking. I was just minding my damn business. You want to tell chat? Is that worth telling chat?
Yeah. So you fucking minding your fucking business, and you, Zollister, fucking real person, leans in. He's like, well, can you even name one person in parentheses in lore who truly cares about Nyx V? And I'm like,
I need you to understand. I fucking paused and I looked up from my screen and I looked at the Pochita poster next to me and I went, fucking give me strength. I like looked at the Pochita poster and I went, what the hell? He just fucking leaned into the microphone and said that and I just paused.
Shit man says on the reg.
I died in game, I think, because I just was in shock. Like, I didn't respond for a full minute. He's like, are you okay? And I was like, what's wrong with you? I just genuinely paused and I went like, what's wrong with you? Now, you know what Eerie does? Eerie cares. Eerie doesn't even know Nyx. That's just purely parasocial.
Who's Eerie?
Eerie is, one of XP's parts. XP's character is consistent of 3 parts. And Eerie is one of them.
Oh, okay. Sorry, apologies, chat. I am very slow.
No worries. Beetle doesn't watch Showtime streams. Beetle just knows my shit.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. I'm serious when I say what the fuck is a Showtime. I do not know Showtime lore at an expansive amount.
Did we ever watch Pathetic or Pitiful? Which one did we pick? Pathetic or Pitiful? Because both of them are pretty good. I fuck with Pathetic and Pitiful. I also fuck with Vice and Virtue. I think all of this Day 2 ones are the more stronger. Because that's when the character's layers are being peeled back.
Yeah, I don't remember which one.
Chat, look at me in the eyes when I tell you that the only reason I am like that I have continued to do Showtime content is because fucking Zalzer will like say the most insane thing. I'm like, I have to prove this motherfucker wrong. Because he's right, but I have to prove him wrong. Where he just turns to me and goes like, can you name one person in lore who cares about Nyx? And I was like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Who are you? Get out of my house.
Pathetic 50-50. Okay, cool. I will play Pitiful, actually. There we go. Let me pause the music, because I think Take Me to Clown Church is not appropriate for this one.
That's when you feel bad for people going through something wrong, right? Would it be okay to say I pity those around me? Oh gosh, maybe I shouldn't say that. Not that I'm doubting anything that is done to them. If it's happening, it has to be right. Because that's what was written. It is still pretty sad though. I shouldn't be saying these things, honestly. Hey, wait, if it's wrong, shouldn't I be the one to do it in the first place? That must be why these feelings have welled up within me. Oh, you're looking at me in a strange way again.
So keep in mind that it's Nyx and V having this conversation.
Yeah.
You're looking at me in a
Point
strange
to
way again, and
Zalzer
it's me fucking looking at Nyx in horror.
Point to Zalzer to television. You are wrong for everything. It's so. What have we learned, class? God is fake, and I should kill him.
God is real and that he should die. I need you to understand this is how V turned to look at Nyx. Just this like fucking expression of like looking up from his like hand and like looking at Nyx like this. Let's see if I can make it well. Local man looks at Nyx like this, and Nyx is like, what the fuck is wrong with your face? There's something deeply wrong within him, but he is above child abuse. Listen, guys, my character may believe in eugenics, but he thinks child abuse is bad. So, really, who's the real villain here? Him? Or the evil child abuser? Yeah, that's what I thought. What Rena said when I said that the first time? This should not be the fucking standard! The standard should not be eugenics or child abuse. Man, God forbid I have an opinion in this VC. SMH.
Sorry.
God forbid men have feelings, Beetle. Ugh.
Man, don't fuck with me, man. I imagine that I'm listening and I'm nodding very intently. The bar is getting pretty low. You understand
why
why
is
the
V
Opal
still
Freak-
the most morally correct character on Showtime? I'm sorry, what?
That should not be happening, but it is happening.
And before any of you go, but Rin the Hecker, Rin killed someone.
Fucking chat. Let me be frank. You know why? You understand now why the Opal Fic exists in the first place. It's because I suffer. Hey, I only brought one person back. Two people actually.
Didn't you blow up the entirety of Spawn?
XP, you
Well,
cannot get
actually,
away
this is
with it.
true.
The two people
Rin
who
has one of the
run the
highest
wiki are here.
kill
The two people who run the wiki will smite your ass.
XP, don't lie. XP, stop it.
You do not fuck with the two people that run the wiki. Oh my gosh. Can I put it on the table?
Oro's morally okay. I made a terrible mistake, but not with the intent of killing someone. Okay. And V has never made a mistake with the intent to kill someone. So V has in fact made multiple mistakes with the opposite intent. How do you say it? I would argue that maybe IDK, but then again, IDK did try to keep everyone in the hell zone because he thought it would be better for everyone. So really,
Really, the truth is that no one is winning.
we have you finishing Dijon off on camera. I've never killed Dijon. I gave him poison, but I explicitly knew it wasn't gonna kill him. Your Honor, libel?
Your Honor, isn't that my duty as a doctor?
Is that not my duty as a doctor? Yeah, for real? Is that not my duty as a doctor?
God, I want to pummel CV.
You pushed him in Zombie's tower and he fell to his death. That was not canon. You don't get to put this on here. He was just pushing him around. See, my issue in video games is that I'm not as good as my character is, so my demons take over, and I'm like, I should just fucking punch this guy, shouldn't I? And then I forget that people on Showtime just walk around with 1 HP. I'm like, wait, shit, that wasn't canon?
Oh, why am I adding 50 billion shares? Stop it.
What's wrong with you? Said to yourself.
It wasn't around long enough to commit crimes.
Dabby Cat did actually commit a crime. Dabby Cat has killed people before. People who have now been called, but Dabby Cat has killed people.
Why has the whole run been like this?
How do you say it?
Chat, why is it so hard to not kill people?
Dabby Cat was smited by God. I need you to remember this. Dabby Cat was punished by God for all his sins and then fucking died.
Oh, wah wah.
Clary? I don't think Clary is very moral. I can't spoil Clary's lore, but I would not call Clary a moral person. Maybe Ivory had a point. Ivory was right. Everyone here is fake as fuck except for V.
Maybe Ivory had a point. Actually, yeah.
Ivory put her hand on V's shoulder and went, "You're the only bitch in this house I've ever respected." And V went, "I don't know you."
Who are you again?
Onion? Okay, that doesn't count. Onion's like 12. And also, Onion isn't moral because Onion fucking led Windsweep to my house multiple times and has actively put Concha and everyone else in danger because she was upset, but like still. Name one time I have led people into danger willingly. Getting kidnapped does not count. Where's my damsel in distress edit of me? Onion led Mark to the character creator. This is true. It's all that damn 15-year-old with no fucking developed prefrontal cortex's fault.
funny if I just fucking.
There we go. Now Quackidus was eating people at 15. Onion is no excuse. This is true. However, I will be a C Quackidus defender until the day I die. Your Honor, my client was 15. We all had a cannibalism phase at 15, okay?
Sorry.
B saying that and Zalcer and Kalcha immediately turning around to look at him, and he was like, wait guys, I'm joking. He like puts his hands up. I've never eaten someone. I assure you, nobody has died by my hand. The fucking like stone, like slow stone moving noise is like he just immediately puts his hands up like, wait, no, please.
Wait a minute.
I'm joshing.
Wait a minute. No, this is not / SRS.
Layer, selection here, create selection. There we go.
This is fucking even.
There we go. Okay, but Tyrant is the perfect man, and as this is an outlier and should not be counted, for the record. Okay. I think I will be maybe ending stream here because I've finished all the drawings I wanted to finish for the stream. But I don't know. If you guys have any last questions while I'm quickly saving this and shit, feel free to drop them now. Speak now or forever hold your peace, because I'm not doing another one of these for a while.
Yeah.
You know, I am the only morally bad Pariah follower. Wrong, Davicat.
Wrong. 10,000 bees.
I enjoy the fact that the audience had the impression of Nyx being, Rin being a Nyx patron is so fucking funny to me. Because, like, Nyx wants Rin as a patron to spare Rin from whatever the hell Ulster TV has going on. But, like, no. Let me send this to XP. Anyways, XP, update your damn profile picture. Your old one's ugly, and the artist who drew it should honestly give up. Yeah. Yeah, so, update it, please, thank you. Don't make me start questioning Dabby's patronage. Dabby Cat is a Dabby Cat person. Can we see the Vice monologue, perhaps? Of course. I will gladly show any of them. Where are you, Envy? Where are you, my Envy fires? My Envy finers? Oh my god, hello, Envy! Here's Vice. Got it. Oh, Vice is good. I forget how much I love these monologues until I actually play them, and I'm like, yeah, I cooked.
Vice is sort of like pure indulgence, yeah? I guess the best way to like define it then would be examples, no? Well, I guess with my current patrons, they're all under a contract because of said vices. Like, Effie wanted to collect strings to become whole, so it'd be like a vice of greed, or Mika wanted to escape others, so it'd be like a vice of sloth. I don't know if a vice is a good thing though. Indulgence should be good though, right? You think I'm being simple with my black and white terms? Oh, but I learned that from... I don't think vices can be wrong if it's not something Hey, you're not very nice to me, are you? Is your vice cruelty? Sorry, I didn't mean to intrude.
There we go. That was the voice monologue from the specific ending you guys got, to be fair. So, but yeah. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting something to change. What are you doing, B? You know, I have crime, punishment. I like Doctrine. I fuck with Doctrine. I forgot if Doctrine one or if Principle one. I'd like both of them a lot, though. Ooh, that's not the folder I wanted to go into. You saw World Hunger. No! What comes after 7? 8! Principle one? Okay, I can play Doctrine real quick. Doctrine is so funny to me because he's so unnecessarily angry for no reason. No, he is angry for a reason. But like V just takes full advantage of the fact that he knows Alistair TV can't kill him. So he just says whatever he wants, and it's very funny to me personally. But one of these days he's gonna pay the consequences for that. He said, it's Alistair TV voice. I can't hurt you directly, but I can fucking doom your narrative, idiot. And he's like, no, please. Psych. Right, here it is. Hey, what the hell am I supposed to know about this? No, seriously, what would I know about any of this? Are you kidding me? I'm not some sort of religious zealot. I'm not some sort of grand scholar who knows exactly why humans believe in some sort of higher power, and why that higher power gets to dictate what they should or shouldn't do. For fuck's sake, God is an incomprehensible fucking asshole. No regard for those at their level who just has fun watching the Stanford experiment terrarium go apeshit. No, I don't care if he's your brother, he's still a piece of shit. What is a doctrine if God's a sadistic imbecile? Holy shit. I'm not talking about this anymore. A doctrine is just a flimsy slip of dog shit. Why is this Why is this devil so angry? Why is this bitch so angry? Oh my gosh, CP, I do it for you. He's so angry. He's so angry, and for what? There's no reason to be this upset. Alright. Here's my posture. It's great. Thank you for the reminder, though, because I did need that. You know, that one's that one. I think that's most of the ones you didn't see. Let me think. You had Doctrine, you had Crime, you had Vice, you had Reincarnation, you had Comedy, you had Pitiful. Let me look at the day one ones as well. Oh, right. Servanthood. I showed you Servanthood, though. We have Hierophant, we have Dissenter. Did Hierophant or Dissenter win? I'm like turning to you, chat. Like, I forget. I forgot most of these.
I believe it was Dissenter. It was Dissenter.
Here we go. Here's Hierophant. Save me, Hierophant. Save me. God, I've always had a huge hatred for people who call themselves Hierophant. How do you know what is truly holy? Are you kidding me? You guide all those religious leaders? You alone can decipher the messages sent to you by a holy being? What are you, God's personal best friend? God themselves? No, you're just as human as everyone else. It makes me sick. To be a Hierophant is to be nothing but a pretentious loser with nothing to do with your time but lie. I need you to know, in the document, underneath the Hierophant monologue, there were 3 comments. One from IDK, one from Rena, and one from Beetle, which were all my beta readers, right? And in the line specifically, where V goes, to be a Hierophant is to be nothing but a pretentious loser with nothing to do with your time but lie. There were 3 comments on that. And there was everyone being like, the call is coming from inside the house. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find the fucking monologues document real quick, because it is there.
I have never seen someone so, like, does he know in my life.
How do you say it? Here we go. Oh yeah, Rena added a dot and then did a did a gravestone reaction to her dot. How do you say it? IDK replied, "The call is coming from inside the house," and Beto replied, "Me when I'm in a line competition and my opponent is CV." Okay, wait. So to need is necessity. I can find. Yeah, here's necessity. Alliteration sucks. I'm not showing you alliteration. It's just really bad. Like, it's not even good bad. It's just bad.
I'm not sure if I'm qualified to answer this. I don't really deal with needs. I deal more with what people want. Exchanges and trades and, obviously contracts. No one who has ever come to me has actually needed something from me. They just wanted something really, really badly. Though a lot of them seem unhappy with what they wanted. I guess needing something would be the opposite of wanting something then. So, a necessity is something that makes you happy.
Anyways. Want/need was the most one-sided vote. It is also one of the two I got wrong. Lord. All the Knicks votes are just really fucking sad, to be fair. I want to shout out my favorite voice actor of all time, IDK. The need,
Yeah.
and then piety. Oh, piety. Oh, piety. Oh, Vito, you want to give your review for piety real quick?
Oh, Jesus, shit. Hold on. I need to look.
I got you. Here it is. Check DMs. Piety made me sad. That is why I'm reacting like that. Piety made me sad. That is literally the only reason I had that reaction.
I'm not really sure I like that word. I'll explain it though, don't worry. So basically, well, the way it was explained to me is like, reverence in the religious way. Reverence being, respect because of fear, you know? I mean, you said to me once, because I, wanted to double check the meaning, I guess. Piety was more so a point of view that was followed without question, and in like when I guess I mean to say in a religious way, sort of like just following someone because they're just correct without questioning it too much. I guess piety is kind of like servitude in a way.
Mixes learned the worst lessons for people on the server. What the fuck did you expect? I want you to keep in mind, Nix's like growing up environment was Pariah, Zollister Television, Sahe, and V. And I point at P. You think that man can fucking father a child he doesn't know is a child? I need you to keep in mind Nix and V's first interaction, like with you that you guys saw, was V telling Nix to kill himself. Why do you think Nix just doesn't like V at like certain points in the story where Nix is just like, no, that guy fucking sucks. Nix would never swear. I should clarify. Nix would never say a bad word because saying a bad word is not something you should do. Where's let me look at the list again.
You know what's bad? You know it's
Coming.
bad when I'm
Yeah,
fucking
indeed.
sending you snippets.
Oh no, stop sending me the opal fic. I have a wife and kids. Oh, I love that. Can you share that with the class? Can I read that one out?
Which
Can I
one?
read the last bit of that one? The what do you do when you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Yay! This is a bit from the Opal fic that's gonna come up soon, but it's Beetle's writing. So everyone say thank you, Beetle.
I wrote this with my own 2 hands.
Nix has a strange thought that this is not supposed to happen. What do you do when you feel uncomfortable? Pride doesn't understand. What do you mean uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Thank you, Beetle.
Thank you, Beetle. Yeah, so, okay. Have I explained this before? I don't know if I have explained this before in depth.
The Beetle, the Opal fic, or the
Not the opal fic, the way that I frame dialogue for every
Oh
character.
yes, I did enjoy it though. So you can feel free to say it again. It's some of
Okay.
my parentheses.
I just made a creaking noise as I turned my head slowly. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned this chat. I'll keep it brief and I'll mention again. If you happen to read it, thank you. I did remove the link on my Twitter because I don't like posting unfinished things. So I will be. It's still up. I didn't delete it, but I don't know if it's shared or I can. If you, I don't know if you know how to DM me, but I can give links. But if you have read the Opal fic, first off, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Second, if you read, it is at least I try to. Every single person, like every single deity in the fic, speaks dialogue in a different way. So in terms of the pariah speaks in quotation marks like a traditional way of speaking dialogue. As it's supposed to kind of represent some traditional like middleman, some like level ground. Nyx speaks in parentheses because the way that I interpret Nyx is filling in the gaps of space that were empty. So all of Nyx's dialogue is spoken as if it were an afterthought, and that's intentional. In some way kind of being forced to be an afterthought. All of Zolister TV's dialogue is in italics. It's supposed to be enforced. It's supposed to be the most important. It's supposed to be emphasized. Like it's a potent thought that you should be thinking. Sahe, I never really quite figured out. To be fair, I don't really know a lot about Sahe. And I haven't really doing much, but I believe that Sahe's is bold. Because from what I know, Sahe speaks very necessarily. Like every single word is necessary. So I interpret using bold as like saying like please look at this, or like this is I'm cutting the fat. This is what's most important. So it's like that's every single deity has a different way that the dialogue is like physically written, and in some way kind of expresses either what their role is or how they in turn interpret what I assume dialogue as to be something very inherently human. So it's basically deities trying to play human and trying to interpret what dialogue would be. I don't know why I've always associated dialogue with being a very human, mortal thing. And the whole thing about the Opal fic is that it's a bunch of gods trying to play house. Because I find the concept, because like humans playing god is like a concept that's always kind of tossed around, but gods playing human is a situation that is less so explored and way more uncanny and way more uncomfortable to me. Because it's basically these ever powerful immortal deities trying to replicate what a family dynamic would be. And spoilers chat, it goes terrible. So
But they get along so well.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up.
I want to give a shout out to that one audience member. It's like, wait, but Zelster TV calls Nick's his little brother. How the hell is he being abusive? He acknowledges him as family. I'm like, you guys.
You guys. But yeah, that's basically my thought process to like reiterate why. If you read it, you will understand why I write the dialogue in the way that I do. I do say I feel bad explaining this because it makes me feel like I need like a fucking like legend or like a fucking key for people to read my fic, because honestly my writing in like just in the way that it's written is often very confusing. So there will be people be like, this is dialogue, and I'm like, shh, it's thematically appropriate, shut up and read it. No. I'm not being, if you read it, if you don't read it, thank you. So that's again kind of a thought process. Your mind is huge. Oh, thank you. I have no idea what I'm doing. That's the trick, chat. I have no idea what I'm doing in any given possible moment. The entirety, and like V knows this, the entirety of the Opal fic is me doubting myself every 5 seconds and being like, I don't feel like I'm qualified enough to talk about this because I again, I don't know what a showtime is. I have no knowledge of any type of lore outside of CV specifically, and also Nyx. So this is a very limited, very condensed, isolated look at it. And it's very focused on Nyx specifically, and very focused on Nyx and Nyx's relationship with the other people that they're desperately trying to play house with. And it doesn't work because the kind of crayon outline of a house to begin with was never real. It, like all things, it was created. It was God. So yeah. Said Khan's sample when shared on Discord, but I left it once I figured it out. Ah, thank you. Yeah, it is kind of confusing. I apologize. My writing is confusing. I like knowing things and then forgetting to tell other people. So I often go into it being like, well, I know this, so I know the answer, and then people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, oh, never mind.
Do they know? Do they know? Exclamation point.
Do they know? Exclamation point. Also, XP, thank you. That's really, really, really nice. Like, way too nice. Thank you very much. People lives the same way. It works most of the time. Thank you, Effie. Sorry, I'm like,
I'm like, I'm sorry, I realized you can't see the chat.
What'd you say?
No, I was talking to chat because like I was drawing and they couldn't see it.
Oh my god, Nyx. Yeah, I'm like stress giggling right now. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's your interpretation I find extremely interesting. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, again, there's a very, very explicit reason why it's named after and very heavily based on Jack Stauber's Opal, his short film. Because it goes through a lot of the very similar themes. Not in the most explicit way, but it goes through very similar themes, and the kind of the aesthetic is what I'm trying to achieve. Because a lot of the similar themes and a lot of the kind of aspects of a house that is real but also isn't real because it's a perception of people who have never actually understood the human concept of what a home is, rather than the abstract concept of a house. And the very like, this house is not a home kind of thing. Visceral reaction. I put in a lot of my works because it's a very important distinction that I find very uncanny and uncomfortable to me in kind of a cathartic way. I'm not gonna get personal, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, of course that makes sense. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like the way that I explicitly interpreted it, and I think the reason why that all kicked off in the first place is because I think V, you specifically said, I imagine the place with which they all live, at least in the way Nyx interprets it, as a crayon, like a child's drawing of a house.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I took that and fucking ran. I fucking run a marathon. I took that. I said,
I gave you that, and you bolted away from it. What the fuck was that?
I come back, 3K words.
I just said, like, what the hell? That is genuinely what happened.
Very
Though, to
readable.
be
I'm on
fair,
the train
chat.
tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you all. Jesus, fuck. I'm sorry. I just don't. I'm like, call me flabbergasted. I don't know. I just to be honest, I've been very nervous about it for a while, and I've been mulling over it, and I mull over many things, and usually it has to come to the case where if he has to fucking take a foam bat and bonk me on the head and say, "Just get over it," and I'm like, okay.
I'm an incredible friend to have for the record, chat. You come to me with your events and like your genuine life problems, and I go, fucking get over yourself.
I can think of. Sorry, I just thought of it. I just thought of a talk. But yeah. The Opafic means a lot to me, and I hope it projects enough to understand that Nyx is a character that I really fucking like. He created a character that gives me a visceral emotional reaction that I can't place, so I have to write about it. Every time I think about Nyx, my heart starts physically aching, and I have to fucking I'm possessed to go on my keyboard. I literally can't describe it. Literally. Like, I literally can't describe the feeling, but it's very raw and it's very unique and it's very creative. And I want to write about at least my perspective of what at least my perspective of how I interpret the way in which this kind of comes together to project on. My favorite thing, actually, if I'm able to talk a little bit more, I apologize.
No, keep on.
If I'm able to talk, indulge a little bit more. For those who have read and for those who don't read it, I left this very surreal because I like surreal stuff. But the way that I kind of view, because this is a house, I think I interpret a lot of the acts, like the actions and the routines that these deities take in a very in a very what's the word? Domestic way. In reality, these actions would be so incomprehensible they would completely they would completely blow up the mortal mind. I don't think they can be comprehensible in what these gods look like or what they actually are doing. But the way that I interpret Zollister television with the narrative is that he is, haha, television, but he's watching a TV. It's basically a TV in which he.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's basically a TV in which he can physically reach into and grab people, and I don't know what exactly this means. I don't know what exactly this means. I haven't really figured that out yet, but he does eat them. He eats people. That the way that that's projected, that is left up entirely to reader's interpretation. But in the most kind of in the most literal sense, he views the narrative and the people within it as snacks, basically as something that he craves to enjoy at any whim that he wants. Which is which has led to some interesting couch conversations. Because and this is sad, but this is true. The only times that I imagine that Nyx and Zollister television have ever had a cordial interaction with each other is when they haven't been talking to each other at all. And I did write, and I did imagine this one scene on the couch where Zollister TV is completely distracted by the television, and he's not looking at Nyx at all, but Nyx treats it as some kind of reverent blessing. Like Nyx is like, oh, I can finally exist in the space that I came from, which is nothing. Nyx condenses themselves into the smallest folds possible because that is the only space in which they're allowed to be. And so Nyx treats that as very reverent, even if in reality it's like the reality is they find comfort in Zollister television not interacting with them, which they don't get, but they treat it as comfort. And I'm like, maybe that says something. I don't know. Sorry, I just looked at chat and everyone's like, oh. Sorry to be Debbie Downer.
I enjoy it though. You do have your dynamic pretty completely down, actually. To be fair, you have heard it from both of the people who are writing these characters. So what do I know? But I'm just the guy who's writing the guy. But like,
yeah.
If you need a canon spin-off of what the fuck is going on in Nyx, you can fucking read. What the hell? How did you put an image in there? Sorry, I like completely short-circuited. What? That's like a whole ass image.
Bro, why you can't press the JPEG? Why is it so big? I don't know. But thank you, chat. By the way, sorry, I said thank you a lot.
Anyways,
but yeah.
Who wants to watch the Coven? Here's the last monologue for the night. I think this is the funniest one to me, personally, just because of what he says at the end. Did I hear that right? Okay, well, that's pretty on the nose, don't you think?
Okay.
To covet something is to be envious of it. To be envious of something is to hate those around you because you want what they own. This is, honestly, elementary level shit. Envy is the root of sins born of insecurity. Think maybe of trying to kill someone because they're about to lead a life you wish was yours, or basing your interpersonal relationships on others' lived experience. Me? Well, I'd never fall for something so simple. Envy is the easiest sin to avoid.
Okay.
Stupid bitch. This motherfucker doesn't realize. Right, envy's the easiest sin to avoid, right, guys? Sure it is.
That made me scream.
And he's like,
that made me scream.
That one also has 3 comments on it. It is from you, Rena 90K, once again, of Rena being like, does he know? And you also being
Does
like, this motherfucker, this idiot. And then 90K going, yes, me when I'm lying.
It's so obvious. It's so obvious and it's so heartbreaking.
Where is it?
Envy is the easiest sin to avoid. Cue the arrow ace flag. Does he know?
I think what the funniest part of it is, for the fucking tragedy monologue, there's also 3 comments, and it's Rita saying, go fuck yourself, IDK saying, kill yourself, and you saying, die, die, die. Tragedy is the epitome of entertainment, and all my beta readers go, die, 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 at this fictional character.
Yeah.
And it's just the arrow ace
Cut to me and my
overlay.
badge. Cut to me and my badge that says I voted Tragedy 2024.
Watching my beta readers live react to what I have written while giving me very helpful edits is the funniest thing in the whole wide world to me.
Yeah. It's basically a beta reader being like, fuck you. By the way, wrong use of its.
This is so well written, it made me cry. Anyways, wrong use of your. You have any Nyx doodle requests from the guy himself? It can be from the Opalfic. Do not feel ashamed.
I can't think of.
Actually, wait, do I have that one drawing? I'm not too proud of the drawing, but it is an RDM's pinned for a reason. Cause
yeah, no, the one where they're sitting on the couch. I think I do have that pinned. I had such a visceral reaction, and I'm like, I need to pin this immediately.
I don't particularly care for it, but I do fuck with it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think it's a good drawing, but I think I fuck with the drawing. There it is. Fucking Saturn eating his son.
Yeah. I had such a fucking visceral reaction that I'm like, I need to pin this immediately.
I was doodling it for context, I doodled that while Beetle was explaining to me the concept for the Opalfic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi.
Me pointing at Zoloster television as an act of consumerism being entitlement. You eat people!
Where is it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at the amount of fucking doodles I have of these fuck ass characters. These fuck ass characters I hate. Let me see if I can. Yeah, here's where I take you to my webcam only scene, and I look at you with my beautiful blue orbs. Because I have to quickly check if these files are safe to show on stream. I do a lot of practice studies. And practice studies are infamously not very good to show on Twitch streams. So I'm just gonna double check if everything is alright. The orbs. Which one's the most recent one? Is it this one? Maybe. Oh my god, wait, I have old concepts for Envy in here. I can show
Ooh.
these, I think.
I don't know what the fuck I put here.
Oh my god, I have a bunch of shit from okay. Yeah, so this is some shit from like the color plans I have for the entire series. So you can see that. I make color maps like this every single time I make something new. Because I want you all to see like a specific theme with the colors I'm using. Which is why I have this here. This is the nether stuff. I fucked with the nether stuff. And then here's some of the plans for different stuff. I'm like being very careful. Oh, here's one of the scrapped characters. Yeah, two of the scrapped characters. That's my L design. I'm like gonna quickly switch back over to webcam only because I gotta double check these files. Oh yeah, no, here we go. Here's that one drawing. Shit that is never gonna happen, but I wish it would. Damn you, Abby. Ah, fuck! Save me. Oh yeah, here's the Nyx patron designs for like when Nyx has the Here's my sonas. This was my first ever sona. This is my first ever like persona sona. Uh, Here's my second ever sona, and then we went the complete different direction. Let me see. I'm like going through these like desperately afraid of finding. Here's the fucking group project images, but I don't. I have a lot of white pine doodles in here actually.
There was that one that you posted in Jesus fucking Christ, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to bed. Thank you for the awesome behind the scenes. Of course! Please sleep well.
I have a mini Rin in here. I have Rylan getting shot in the head. I forget how many of these I have. Jesus Christ. Why do I have so many drawings of Rylan getting shot in the head?
Just that kind of guy, I guess. I really don't like this layout. It looks stupid.
Okay, here's when I started naming shit, so it's much safer. Why are you white?
Oh, what the...
There we go. I found shit. I have so much shit in here. Oh my god. Okay, I will be ending stream in like 5 seconds. I'm gonna quickly. Oh, yeah, I have fucking old Envy shit. This was V's beta. This was V's Act 2 design before you knew that it existed. Here you go. Here's my guy. Here's my boy. Here's my boy before you saw
I
it.
have seen this.
This was beta Act 2 design because I was still making the drafts for it. But you can see, like...
Yeah, because this was in
Oh,
Chaos
God.
Incarnate. You're like, look at my boy. He did nothing wrong, and everyone's just like, "Ah."
He said, look at my boy, he did nothing wrong. And then you turn around and you're like, what the fuck? Is that a real Noke? People could die! Isn't that the point? No!
I'm going to give them a single turnip.
One turnip. One. Okay, there we go. I think.
Actually, no, this fucks. This is really funny. I actually like this a lot.
I'll put this here. That being said, though, and I bring up the ending soon screen. Chat, after telling you the stream was gonna end for the past while and not doing it, guess which stream's gonna end? Let me quickly check who I can raid, though. Let me raid someone. Can I raid someone? Oh yeah, Fia. There we go. I'll send you over to Fia. Alright, everyone. You know the routine. What the fuck? You can ask people to collaborate now. Okay. That's cool. Vito, do you have any socials you want to plug? Apart from read the Opal Fig.
Read the Opal Fig. I'm on the Showtime Discord, like the public one. I'm at mintbeetles. DM me if you want a link. I don't really know. I removed it from my Twitter, so I'm very tired.
Alright,
take care.
Alright. Let me quickly deafen. I will undeafen it in a second. Alright, thank you once again for watching. Tell Fia I say hi. Fia's playing Phasmo, I think. So, you know, if you're scared of ghosts and stuff, be aware. But yeah. Bye! Bye-bye! VOD watchers, just know I hate my audience. And I